here only because your stare won't ever let me go. I'm here only cause I'm aware with you is better than all alone.
What the heck is what the heck? Your palms with a mysterious disc, mirrored reflections glittering across the starry surface. It seems to be petitioning your aid. Gaze deeper. Huh? What is this? What the? There's a cutscene in Terraria. Hold up. What the heck? Choose a starfare to aid your journey. A reserved tactician, she flourishes through deep complexity. Okay, bold and energetic, she focuses on flashy, powerful. Oh, flashy and powerful, obviously. I think someone wants to talk, but there's a disc. Oh my goodness, she's still here. I am Ash. Okay, finally, the first minutes of the gameplay is done. Welcome to Terraria, but there's anime girls. I mean, it's the Stars Above mod. This is a mod I've been sleeping on for a while. Never have watched anyone else play it, so I know nothing other than the cover art, and it looks kind of interesting. Today, we're going to experience what this mod has in store for us and see what happens when there is interstellar travel in Terraria. Also, turns out the mod got an update immediately after I finished this run, so there's that. While I built a house, I also wanted to mention I have a number of quality of life mods that we'll be using to ease the experience. It's always weird using them, being the guy who spends a year on worlds, but this run is just to get the experience, so prepare for shoeboxes to cover the surface of this world. When I get to exploring, I find the desert just to my left, and apparently it won't be easy to get rid of Ash. What? Sweltering here? Deserts would be the same wherever you are, I guess? Why are you talking to me? The first thing I notice about this world is how weird the generation is. Like, what the heck is the deal with this? A campfire room or whatever these are called? Like, why is it so near the surface of the desert? There's this cliff face with a strange cave. What the heck is the deal with this world? I was hoping I'd at least get a regular cave to explore along with all the weirdness, but no. It ended early and there was a dart trap right at the bottom of it. Of course, I was poisoned. Oh, I am going to die. Perfect timing! I tried a cave near spawn, but that one also sucked. Maybe the right side of the world will be better. Ash spoke up about the corruption when I got close to it. Guess she's going to say something every time I'm near a new biome for the first time. Weird World Gen didn't stop here either. What the heck is this? What? Okay, I installed a mod and now the world generation is just all out of whack. There was a maze and a band of regen just sitting out in the open in these two caves connected by a corruption chasm. I guess I'll take it. I just can't get over this weird world gen. Of course, this cave led me nowhere either, so it was time to start mining straight down in the hopes of maybe finding something down there. Turns out a cloud in a bottle happened to be down there, so at least I got something good, and I came across what might be a good cave. I'd already been able to make some miscellaneous armor and an emerald staff. I'm absolutely running mage class for this run. I have a feeling Stars Above is going to do something cool with mage, and mage is the best. I do kind of regret using the emeralds for the staff though, because I have very little mobility and also have no torches. There's no slimes anywhere and pots aren't dropping any of, well, the torches, so I was stuck with just the one torch and very little mobility for quite a bit. My main problem is that I haven't come across much treasures, so when I found a glowing mushroom, Ash of course felt the need to speak. Whoa, this place is funky. You don't see these mushrooms every day. I do actually, because I play this game for part of my living. And there was in fact some loot in the mushroom biome. Sadly, there was only one life crystal and a water chest, but also this is my first water chest and it had water walking boots, which is pretty cool. At least mining just below the glowing mushroom brought me to a minecart track. These tend to lead to something at one of the ends and will give me some options. Took a strangely long time to find one of these minecart tracks. Didn't find any treasure at the end of one side of the track, but there was a hoplite who dropped a gladius. Maybe the first time I've gotten one of these at a time, it'd actually be useful. Oh, darn it. Where are the hoplites coming from? It's raining again and Ash speaks up. I don't have a lucky horseshoe, by the way. I'm so used to finding a gravitation potion in a chest at this point, but no sky islands for me yet. Gonna have to use rope, I guess. It's very sad. Feel bad for me. On the bright side, I have found quite a lot of platinum. Got 2 pieces of armor, and there's still more platinum to mine, which is great, I guess. The rails on the other side brought me to the underground desert, hardly any treasure still, and no gems for a grappling hook. But maybe I can find a thunder zapper for my mage build. Instead of finding treasure, though, I ran out of torches and was waving around my sword around like a madman until I hit a rolling cactus that killed me. I don't have a lucky horseshoe, by the way. I tried visiting the desert once again, and once again, I found no treasure. There was a lost girl, though, and a metal detector would be nice, so I went on the offensive.
Nice, you hit her weak spot. What do you mean I hit her weak spot? Do enemies have weak spots now?
According to my chat, she says this when I get a critical hit or something. Not sure if it's every time I get a critical strike. Like, if I built a full lucky build with my accessories, would she just be screaming this line nonstop? I don't know. What I do know is that I was able to craft full platinum armor. Ash does pipe in here and there usually during battle, talking about me doing a lot of damage or taking a lot of damage. Kind of annoying, actually, because I see the box appear and feel like I need to know what's being said. But it's in the middle of combat, so I take my eyes off the fight and take a lot of damage while I read nothing more than flavor text. Before we continue, if you're interested in any Terraria merch, then you should check out my affiliate link in the description below. They sent me some samples and I've been really happy with them. They're great. So if you're looking for Terraria merch or even merch from some other games, then check out my affiliate link below. It really helps out the channel a lot. I mentioned earlier that I'm going for a mage build, which means I need to get myself jungle armor and not the full platinum that I currently have. But at least having this armor allows me to survive and collect whatever I need. But I went in the wrong direction and ended up in the tundra instead. I don't need anything down here, but I finally found a cave that actually was a cave and didn't immediately end, so I decided to check it out for a hot second. I am compelled to explore the caves. Oh, I got a sapphire hook, so my mobility has really spiked. Also made a minor mistake while crafting.
Okay, sawmill. I just made 10 sawmills. Great! I love that. I love that a lot. I just made 10 sawmills.
With the tundra on the right, the jungle is obviously on the left.
Oh, hello. So this is, yes, take care when exploring, but make sure to explore everything. That seems a little excessive, don't you think?
It's a ways away, and I was pretty sure I would die a few times, so thankfully I made a bed. One of the reasons for crafting a sawmill, a whole 10 of them, they were all necessary, I'm telling you. Also made house super fancy using a whopping 2 block types with little rhyme or reason. The building community would be proud of me. I died pretty quick, so good thing I set up that bed. But I am here to collect spores, vines, and stingers from my mage armor and collect whatever loot I can along the way.
Ooh, 4% movement speed or 1 defense? Movement speed, obviously.
I kept forgetting I had an emerald staff and would stab all the hornets with the gladius instead of shooting them with my, magic. Led to me being shot with stingers and being poisoned a bunch.
There we go. Thank you for parking yourself there. It's like you've been poisoned. I'll send you a get well card. All right, that one's fine.
Took a hot second to gather the materials. Pretty sure I didn't have enough, but I needed to drop my loot at home. Turns out I did have enough, so we already got full jungle armor. Very neat, but I got this disc at the start of the game that's supposed to be important one way or another. It lets me speak to the character I chose at the start. Most of the time she says nothing, but I checked again and I got a little something.
What is a starfarer, you ask? Would you be surprised if I said I had nearly no idea? Nope. We appear through summoning, and then, well, our brother sent us off. Your brother? You know what? I don't even remember how or when I or Eerie was summoned. Isn't that strange? I thought it said it a new ability. Oh! There's another click, and
Oh. Didn't even think there might be a right click. And now I got a whole new menu with a bunch of buttons I don't understand, but the game says most of them aren't unlocked anyways, so we'll worry about that another time, I suppose. There was one that I could select, which did open up a menu with a bunch of little buttons that say they don't unlock till I kill certain bosses, so I guess I should get to killing some of those?
Eyeball approaches, watch yourself. It's a big one. It gets stronger when it's on, it's last legs. Okay, you're saying that like, metaphorically. For a second there, I thought she was saying the eye would have legs at some point, and I was so ready for it. That would have been awesome. Guys, did someone make a modded Eye of Cthulhu that grows legs in like 3rd phase or something and starts hopping at you? This is going a lot smoother than I thought it would. Emerald Staff for the win.
I killed the Eye of Cthulhu without issue, and some text appears briefly at the bottom saying something about my disc thing resonating. Did I check the disc? Nope, I did not.
Good job, me. Good job. Pat myself on the back. Very good indeed.
I was more focused on the menu thing, and now one of the slots has been unlocked. There's a bunch of words describing this passive ability thing that sounds kind of cool, but it also is super specific in its functionalities. So if you want to know what it, or really any of the other abilities, do, then feel free to read it yourself. I have no idea how to actually make this thing work, though. I clicked on it and nothing happened, so is this just an ability that starts working right now? Do I need to buy it? There's a 0 out of 5 thing. What does that mean? I'm very confused. I don't have a lucky horseshoe, by the way. As much as I'd love to cross King Slime off the checklist as well, I can't find a single slime anywhere, which has been an issue this entire run so far. There's no slimes. I have no gel. I've had to buy all of my torches. This is weird. Figuring I'd encounter slimes naturally, I went to mine some diamonds until I had enough for the diamond staff. I also think that Ash was confused. I think she thought I had the curse debuff when I did not, in fact, have the curse debuff.
What do you mean I'm not allowed to use that? Yes, I am. She is not helpful.
I did get the staff and enough gel for a single slime crown.
Lord of Slimes, I think it has a teleportation-like ability. What is stars above, like, is it designed for people who don't play Terraria? An honest question. Is it designed for that? Why do you keep stating the obvious? I know these things. I am Terraria nerd.
Killing him took a hot second because I don't have a mana rose or any mana potions for that matter, so I had to keep waiting for my mana to regen. He didn't drop a slimy saddle though, and it's part of my strategy against the Eater of Worlds every time, so I had to collect gel while goofing around to kill the thing a second time and get my hands on the saddle. Thankfully, one of the shadow orbs dropped the Vile Thorn, a great weapon against the worm.
A colossal worm, watch where it emerges. I'll try to hit, wait, what? Bada bing, bada boom. You gotta love the slimy mount. It protect, it attack, but most importantly, it bounce. Uh-oh, come on. Stop getting hits, come on. Right, I don't have healing. What am I doing? Ugh. Okay. Get the hearts, get the hearts, get the hearts. Okay! Okay! Oh, that was way too close. Oh, that was way too close.
Now, the menu with a bunch of things locked behind boss kills has some more options. There was one from King Slime that had an ability that looked helpful, but I still don't know how to actually gain this reward. There's the whole out of 5 thingy, and the one with the eye can be filled by 2, and the one with the slime can be filled by 1. I don't have any idea why. It doesn't seem like I'm being given points to spend after killing bosses because I can't attribute them as I'd like. And do I only get the ability after I fill the thing out of 5 or unlock it from killing the boss? I have absolutely no idea. This was about when I started actually using the disc again, and turns out I should have been using it after every single boss, and maybe other times as well. I was way behind and had to go through some dialogue boxes for every boss I had killed, and maybe even more than that. It was a lot of talking, and each time I was bestowed with some item that does I don't know what. I'm also given this world map.
Whoa. Holy cow.
I tried clicking on the worlds, but nothing happens, and I don't see anything indicating how to travel to these places. Hopefully it'll be easy enough to figure out. But the items, there's a bunch of them, and I'm glad they say specifically what each is useful for crafting. But who wants to craft when I've totally skipped over a modded boss on accident? And before we continue, if you've been enjoying the video, consider subscribing. At the end of the year, I'll be firing 1 mini Mewtwo from this rocket launcher for every subscriber that I have. So if you've been enjoying the video and want to support long-form content like this, consider subscribing.
Can I just summon him right here? Ooh, Vagrant of Space and Time. Oh wow, he just murdered anything. Oh boy. Oh, okay, hold up. I'm doing a very bad job at reading its attacks right now. What the heck? Whoa! That was cool. Okay, do not get caught in that thing. Oh, what the heck? Why are you shooting Betsy Wrath? What? Really not doing a whole lot of damage to me. Pretty easy, boss. Oh, and that's when I said it. This is a pretty cool boss to have in pre-hard mode. Although it's also a little weird. Like, the sprite of the boss is not as cool as the rest of the boss. Easy fight.
It was pretty neat. A fine boss battle, all in all, but turns out this person was Ash's brother, I think? That was, like, a solid 2 minutes of dialogue to read after the battle. Is this just Terraria, the RPG? There's been a lot of reading, and I'm not here for reading. I'm here for...
I have a magic sword. Right click to consume 100 mana, gaining the buff Moonlit Great Blade for 18 seconds. Ooh. Shiny! Does it go through the blocks? It does.
This sword is an actual magic weapon, just to be clear. It does magic damage, and I absolutely love that. I almost always keep a melee weapon in my one slot because they're handy in a pinch and for general utility, like breaking cobwebs or something. Now, early when I checked the map thing, I hadn't clicked on every world, but this time I did and found myself in a new place. And there's this thing with a bunch of words and UI elements and buttons I do not understand.
What?
But there are some neat structures.
Money! I want to steal from them real quick here. Oh, I can't break anything. Oh, come on.
This place is also known as a subworld for those who don't know. Basically, imagine a miniature custom world you can teleport to inside a mod where you can also set custom rules, such as not being able to destroy blocks or bouncing off of the void like a trampoline.
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
I totally forgot to use the disc thing to talk to the ladies when I arrived there. Kind of important to remember that. They spent just about 3 minutes explaining how this one forge thing works, and I still cannot tell you what the deal with it is. It was just too much information for me to actually get what was going on. I think this thing I interacted with before is supposed to be a crafting station, or maybe I make my own crafting station. Some people in chat were giving me crap for not knowing what's going on, but if you barf words at me for 3 minutes and present me with a UI like this, then yeah, I'm going to be confused, and I imagine I'm not the only one. I'm starting to think I'd like to request the stars above simplify some of their systems. This is too much to take in all at once, especially since the 3 minutes of dialogue could probably be simplified into a single text box or 2 of information explaining what's actually going on here. I managed to dig up the dialogue in the archive thing. It's kind of hard to find because I don't actually know what the title of it is, and I had to reread the whole message 2 more times before I got what I was supposed to do. Turns out most of the information is front-loaded into the first few parts of the message, and almost everything else is just not necessary unless you care about the lore. Now I have this portal next to the house that's supposed to be used to teleport between worlds, which I still don't know how to do. Maybe something will come up that'll explain it later. For now, this modded NPC who spawned earlier has this boss summon when you press the right dialogue option.
Hello! You look kind of scary. Oh, whoa, sparkly. Oh, hold up. Oh, what was that? Why did those explode? Ouch! That was an unfortunate place to be.
I really did not do very well with that boss, but that's fine. As it is, I need to focus on some upgrades. There was a meteor that landed, so I mined up that thing and crafted meteor armor. Still not sure it's actually better than jungle armor, but at least I can use a space gun while I wait for my mana to recharge. I checked out the skies, and there was literally only one sky island on the entire right side of the world, which is stupid, and when I landed back at home, I fought off the goblins before finding the rest of the sky islands on the left side, and they had all the rest of the accessories I needed. Oh, I also tried to figure out what this whole Stellar Nova thing is. Stellar Nova apparently has 3 abilities at this time, and I can choose one of these 3, and the bar next to my health charges up. Once it's full, I can use one of these 3 abilities, whichever one I choose. All these menus from Stars Above has been throwing me for quite the loop, because to navigate them, you need to press a button and not hit escape, and there's a button for saving your changes and canceling them. It makes sense as a computer thing and a game thing. It makes sense, but that's just not how things usually work in Terraria, so it was confusing. I couldn't get my mind out of Terraria mode. The goblin was stupidly hard to find, the goblin tinker, that is. I don't know why it was so hard to find, but I finally did and was at last able to upgrade my accessories. One accessory I should probably have is the mana flower as well, and I tried to get one, but couldn't find it for the life of me. Thing is, I'm not actually sure how you get a mana flower because they always just appear in my inventory while exploring the jungle. That just hadn't happened in this run somehow. I assume it's a flower that grows like all the other plants in the jungle. I just don't know what it looks like, or even if it looks different at all. For all I know, it just drops from breaking random jungle grass. With the upgrades I acquired though, I figured I'd give the clown boss a second go. Oh, what? Where are these Where are those coming from? Where's the telegraph? They just appeared out of nowhere. This boss confused me greatly. The blue arrow things murdered me and ended every attempt if the boss used that attack. There was a text that appears over my head, and I have to do what it says before it counts to 0, or else I take damage. Speaking of damage, it was super inconsistent. There were some little projectiles that would deal 5 damage, while the clown bombs did 200 or more. Basically, some attacks I didn't even need to bother dodging because it meant nothing, while others, well, they could end the entire battle in a moment's notice. The 2 failures that one night left me certain I couldn't kill the boss, so I rushed to the dungeon, hoping there would be enough night to kill Skeletron, and while fighting him, my Stellar Nova bar charged all the way. Oh, what the heck? Whoa! Neat. That sounded so sarcastic. It wasn't meant to come off that sarcastic. It is cool. Wasn't able to kill the bonehead that night though, but was able to the next one without any issue. After killing him, I also finally figured out how this menu works. The 0 out of 5 thing simply means how many of the icons I have selected, so I can select and use 5 of the abilities. There's only 4 available to me right now, so they're all enabled, and I do not notice a single change made by having these active. I assume they're doing something. I just don't know what. And yes, I did read them. It's just I don't notice anything. I gave the clown guy a few more tries, but reading his moves are a pain, and each run is ended only by the blue stars or the bombs, both of which do a massive amount of damage with little to no warning. Now, there is this bar below my character that actually announces the next move by name. But I don't know the name of these attacks, nor can I glance down at it every second while also trying to dodge a constant bullet hell. I figured I'd grab some things in the dungeon. If nothing else, the Aqua Scepter might be helpful against that clown, and it sure did do more damage faster, which is very important, of course. But after so many failed attempts, I was looking at the next modded boss that's listed as being right before Skeletron. Maybe this one will be easier. Wow, what is with this mod in their boxes? Ah! Out. Well, okay then. Well, that went poorly, and the second attempt didn't turn out any better, so I sought out more modded weapons and found the Aegis driver. How do you pronounce this word? Once again, this mod's tooltips, or are they called tooltips or tootlips? I call them tootlips a lot. I want to call them tootlips, but whatever. The tootlips are stupidly long. So just imagine for this weapon, I have a magic boomerang, and the bar below me is charging for a boom boom attack. When it gets fully charged, it goes boom boom. And I can also use it without having mana, but then it does less damage. The weapon was fine, I guess. Definitely wasn't enough to carry me to victory against this boss, the Bale-born force. I ended up switching back to the Aqua Scepter when I had mana and Space Gun when I didn't. But it turns out this boss is a lot more consistent than the clown. The attacks are slow or telegraphed enough to see and react to without needing to read the name of each move. There was also no noticeable phases, so once I learned the patterns, I just needed to dodge around them until the boss died. I'm also pretty sure I could double up the damage by hitting both of the boss's bodies at the same time. I thought they just shared a health bar at first, and they kind of do. Turns out though, they have a move that splits their health evenly between them, so once they do it, their health gets evened. And I think the mechanic led to some weirdness at the end of the battle, but it was fine. Good boss. Knowing how I generally work, I thought I should ride the momentum from that victory right into the clown, and sure enough, I was able to kill him. There we go. We actually did it. Hey, hey, hey. For the 2 problematic attacks, the blue arrows and bombs, the key was to move very little, actually. Generally, the bombs were thrown around where I was not standing, so not moving would let the bombs fly around me. And for the blue arrows, I just had to pray I dodged the first one, but after the first, the others could be dodged by just walking a few steps in between each attack. It was a pain, but I'm glad the clown died. The Bale-born force dropped 3 of these Gemini prisms for some reason, and these things can be put into the Stellar Nova attack thing. Have no idea if the 3 stack. And this crafting station purchased from the modded NPC combines some of the drops from the clown, I think it was, with my boomerang, giving it another ability that's also barely noticeable. But I'm sure this weapon will do great against the wall, so I blasted through the earth to the underworld, set up a hell bridge, and summoned the wall.
Let's go! Sword! 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 Alright, it's already out. That's not good. But don't worry, I have Space Gun. Space Gun does something, I guess. This is better. Much better. Get him! Good job. I need to take less damage here. Hold up. I just do not have a very good alternate for when I need to recharge my mana. And the mana takes so long to recharge. I don't think she hit the wall at all, but I guess at least the Hungries do need to have some damage dealt to them. Okay, that's... Oh wait, it's dead. Hey! Hey! I accidentally killed the wall. Let's go. I am like actually genuinely surprised I beat the wall there. That was such a sloppy fight. I can't remember the last time I didn't actually have a Hellstone pickaxe or the imp staff before beating the wall. So I had to mine some more ore to get that taken care of before heading off to the corruption to break altars. Hello. And hold up, it's not in a tundra biome? It's not overriding a bunch of other Whoa! Hold the presses. What is this? This isn't how a hollow is supposed to generate. It's supposed to be as inconvenient as possible.
I was about to break altars, but a corrupt mimic started attacking me the moment I went down there, and I figured I should fight it for a good drop, only to realize halfway through that the clinger staff is the only mage thing that this thing drops, and it's not even that great. But hey, I love trying to kill these things early, and I did, darn it. The whole battle did end up distracting me though, and I ended up finding the shimmer without breaking any altars once again, shimmered a bunch of stuff, and finally got to breaking them.
Wait, what the? Did I just mine a demon altar? Wait, why can I mine the demon altars?
I have to assume that's because of a mod. Oh, and yes, the traveling merchant spawned the first day and happened to be selling the orange Zappinator. I got some stupid luck with that one. While checking recipes, I found out I could actually upgrade my Stella glyph, this portal thing. We'll explore it more later. The portal reminded me though of the existence of the CD I spawned in with, and turns out there's a bunch of messages I missed, so I had to spam through a whole bunch of messages again and was gifted with, a truckload of essences, but none of them are used to craft magic weapons. To say they are melee/mage, not sure how that works, but I made one of them out of curiosity, and it's pretty neat.
What happens when I hit C now? Ooh, wait a minute, that's just Hollow Knight! And it's got some good knockback. Wait, this is really good. You can attack through walls. Heavy knockback. Oh, that's so cool. I love this weapon.
There were other things that could be made, but
use this item when at max mana, consume all mana, gain the buff, realize Nana Machina for 20 seconds, 12 seconds. When realize icon is active, gain a barrier proportional 20% max HP, gain 10% damage reduction, gain knockback immunity,
those gosh darn tooltips are way too long. Anyways, I mined Kobold.
I got an ancient horn. Oh, let's go. What is with my RNG today? My RNG is insane.
Mithril and adamantite till I got full armor, and with some of the souls of light I had gathered while mining, I could make another cool sword.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, wait. Oh, the sprite. Oh, that is so big. It's been inherits with bonuses from both melee and magic. Why did it say fast speed in an attack? That's not fast. This is very slow. What's something I can whack with this thing? Oh, here we go. A bunny rabbit. And whack. Oh, that was good.
The bunny was a fine test, but I need souls of flight, and I feel like this weapon would be well suited for that.
All right, come here, wyvern. I want to wonk ya. Wonk! Oh my goodness, that did half of its health.
Yeah! This might be one of my favorite modded weapons. It's kind of dumb because fully charging it deals 50 damage to yourself and takes a long time, and the orange Zappinator can probably match or exceed its DPS while also being a ranged weapon, but I don't care. It's cool. I feel like I'm in Demon Slayer. Okay, back to the portal. Clicking on one of those worlds, I'm brought to this miniature jungle biome painted blue for some reason. Another world is a mining station with a bunch of crates and chests with cores in them.
So many wooden crates. What will I do with all these wooden crates, guys? It's crazy.
There's this blue dude who talks a lot. Frankly speaking, I don't really care about lore or story in Terraria or any of the mods. If that's your thing, then more power to you. I won't spoil anything because I don't know what they said. You can explore it all yourself. I'm just focused on exploring these subworlds like
the frozen skyline. Oh, sick, more crates, let's go. Also, that guy looks kind of cool. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, crates. Frozen wasteland. Hello, amethyst dude. Oh my goodness, iron crates. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, explosives. Don't mind if I do.
This world is pretty cool. It has a creepy atmosphere and so many crates for me to harvest for free.
Oh, 637 damage. What the heck is that?
But when I was done with that, I farmed pixies and unicorns for pixie dust and a blessed apple. Never did get the blessed apple, and finally remembered that the reason I wanted to find the shimmer in the first place, I actually got a pink pearl earlier while fishing, so I could shimmer it to a galaxy pearl and have a little bit of extra luck. I never get these things. Like, pink pearls are stupidly rare. I then went to check out one more subworld, and it was really just a tiny crimson biome, and this brings me to the twins fight.
And ooh, let's charge one of this. 2, 3, boom! Oh my goodness! That was actually significant! Oh, that was good! Alright, charge me. Please charge me. Boom! Alright, is it worth a hit? One hit on him to take a hit and 50 health? I'm not so sure. But it's fun.
Killed the twins first try. Nice. Defeating the thing got me an essence that makes this one weapon.
Vibrations of butterflies. It's a heart. But 13,000. What is this weapon? Oh, why do they all have such long toot lips?
This thing's ability makes it absolutely busted when used against regular enemies. Won't help against bosses since it can't confuse them, but everything else is going to get wrecked the moment it's confused. I did try it against bosses, and it was at least on tier with the other weapons at this point in progression against them. And if you don't know, the pink bar below me charges when I use the weapon, and when it's full I can right click and it doubles my damage. I get feather fall and some other things. I killed Destroyer and it dropped a vanity set.
I am now a cowboy. I am cowboy. Wow, actually it's kind of not very detailed, not that interesting. I'm cowboy, yeehaw!
Skeletron Prime fell next, so it is time to start mining chlorophyte and gathering live fruit. After I had chlorophyte armor, I realized though there's a stars above boss between the mechs and Plantera.
Can see.
Care for some art.
All right. Oh, care for some art. I'm the canvas. I get it.
There's more where that came from.
This boss is talking to me. I don't know how I feel about it. Oh, what? What do the colors mean? Wait. What was with the colors? Did all that do is change the color of the projectile? Does the projectile color affect something? I don't know. And we're going to first try it. Wait, what? What has happened? I lost? I don't even know what hurt me. How does that attack work? What? I feel so cheated.
On the next attempt, I tried hanging out in red instead of blue every time, and I took stupid damage from that. Chat was saying I needed to look at the chat all the way in the bottom left to see what color paint I've been coated with and then hang out in the corresponding color, but looking back at the footage, I was never in the right color in the first attempt, except for the one time I actually took damage. Did I need to be in the color that wasn't the matching one? No, because in future battles I ran to the corresponding color and was fine. I genuinely have no idea how this works. I got to the end of the battle again, and for the third time at this point, I was teleported out of the color I was in and took a couple hundred damage for my trouble. I cannot tell you whether or not there's a way to avoid this damage at all. As far as I'm concerned, the boss decides to tap you with a free couple hundred of damage at the end of the battle, and if you don't survive, you automatically lose. Can someone explain this? Am I missing something? Because if that's how it works, that's really dumb. I'll just move on to a boss I do understand, Plantera. It is here that I realize I typically use ranger or melee against Plantera, and the boss is stupidly easy with those builds, but I don't actually know what a good mage weapon against the plant would be.
If we die, that will be quite unfortunate, and you will all have permission to just start spamming skill issue. That is fair game if I lose, and you know it ain't gonna happen. You know it ain't gonna I'm too good. I'm too good at game. Oh no 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 don't die, don't die to plant. Do not 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 die to the plant. Do not oh honey, oh no! No, fall faster, no!
At least I won on the third attempt.
Deku nuts, what that is illegal. Illegal!
Before we rush off to Golem or anything else, killing Plantera unlocks a new boss that's a combination of the two girls from the start of the game, and, well, there's a rather large issue with these two. I can't tell you anything about the boss because they died super fast for one rather odd reason. Turns out, they're not immune to confusion, so my butterfly harp confused them and hit for 1 to 2k damage every single shot, and it shoots pretty fast, so the boss died much faster than intended, I think. Plantera also dropped the leaf blower, and this weapon is actually pretty alright against Golem. I'm still working on getting good at this boss, so I lost the first one, but thankfully won the second with a number of buffs. Golem dropped the boulder staff, and I think this weapon is so underrated, even by me. It's actually fantastic and made farming dungeon spirits super easy. With Spectre armor, I wanted to collect a Razorblade Typhoon from Fishron and ended up learning something about the final phase.
Oh wow, hold up. Am I cooking? Oh, I'm cooking. Oh, I'm cooking. Oh, I've never dodged Duke like this. Oh, let's go. Oh, I'm cooking.
It died, and yes, I did use the Staff of Earth for most of the battle. It works well against Duke, surprisingly. Just gotta make sure you're close enough for it to, well, hit the thing. He didn't drop the Razorblade Typhoon, but did give me a prism thingy that goes in the thingy that I always forget the name of. They upgrade the power of the special move, but honestly, no matter what changes are made, I don't notice the difference. I was hoping to make some new modded weapons since this is a mod after all, and I'd like to use its weapons, but this was when I learned that just because a weapon appears as a potential recipe doesn't mean I can craft it. Apparently, the essence drops are different depending on the lady you choose at the start, and so magic weapons I had farmed for I couldn't actually get in this run, no matter what I did, which really sucks, and frankly, I think I'm just not understanding this mod at all. I'm not good at retaining written word information. To remember anything longer text says, I'd need to read it several times over, and I don't want to reread the small novel's worth of text spat out at me during the duration of this mod, especially since a minority of the information is actually important. Would really appreciate it if the text involving game mechanics was highlighted while lore was left to regular white for those who care more about it. The incredibly long tooltips of every modded weapon also dissuaded me from reading the story because it was all just so much information. Keeping 4 or 5 mechanics in mind at every point of a battle for 3 or more weapons at the same time is too much to juggle in one mind. Please just give these things 1 or 2 abilities at most. Who can actually manage this kind of informational overload while dodging a bullet hell? I took down the Stardust and Nebula pillars and was able to craft 2 more modded weapons with tootlips way too long. They were really neat weapons to look at, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out how one of them worked. The laser gun one was easier to understand with only 2 mechanics to actually keep in mind, but at the same time, both weapons were worse than the vanilla weapons by a wide margin, so there was no point to using them. Every once in a while they showed real promise, but I couldn't replicate the results consistently. The solar pillar fell, and before Moonlord, there's another boss I nearly forgot, the Burnished King.
Your journey ends here.
Does it now?
At this point, I'm a bit more powerful than I should be for the battle, but I'm glad I am because the battle still took a second.
Bye. Oh,
On my holy blade, the
What the heck?
very world lies in balance.
what the heck? Oh, he's still alive!
I thought he was going to be super easy, but then he went and did this. The second phase wasn't actually that bad though. I feel like the Burnished King had the clearest telegraphs of all the bosses, and being able to actually read the attack sure helps a lot with killing the boss. Well, that and having stronger weapons than I should. Still my favorite boss of the mod thus far. Killing him got me a new Stellar Nova. Oh, hey, I remembered the name of it. Look at me. I could also make this lightning axe thing, which I upgraded with a thing that increases the projectile velocity. This is so cool, and I love lightning weapons, and it counts as a mage weapon, but it does pitiful damage. And that upsets me greatly. Before fighting Moonlord, I figured I'd check out one of the subworlds, the Dreaming City. Other than being a nice place filled with super cool builds, there's not anything here that I couldn't find in any of the other subworlds, that being a few chests with materials used to make, well, a few weapons and a bunch of pets. I wanted to visit more of the subworlds, but the mod was not allowing me to do so all of a sudden, and so I figured I needed to clear the pillars. Maybe that would fix it. Down with Vortex, and down with me, who failed to kill Moonlord. Thankfully, I could make one single sigil, and when fighting the Martians, a cosmic car key dropped, and that alone helped carry me to victory against the Moon of Lord of Moons. Wait, what? Now we just need to fight the final 2 bosses of the mod. There's one that only spawns on an anomaly world, not sure what that means, and another only spawns after 2 in-game days, and I apparently can't speed up the process in any way. While I waited, I figured I'd go back to checking out subworlds, and there's nothing to say here. All of them are the same thing, a neat build with a few chests, all with the same contents, and many with the same enemies. Feels like there's a whole lot of missing potential here. Either that or I'm missing something obvious. Let me know if I'm missing something, because I'm just confused as to why I'd ever visit these subworlds. I'm just stuck not being able to fly or mine for a while, and there's no real point in exploring these places. There were also 2 new weapons that could be made after Moonlord, and both of them are apparently worse than the Nebula Blade, which, like, how? They're post Moonlord. The tooltips were super long as well, and I'm sure I don't actually know what they were going on about, so maybe I was using them incorrectly, but I was super disappointed in their very poor damage output. With nothing else to do, I slept for a while, hoping to speed along the 2 days until the final boss. But the other boss, found in the anomalies, was also locked for a time due to me apparently having visited an anomaly earlier without knowing it, and there's a cooldown. The anomaly world itself was another build with nothing in it. The boss, however, threw me for quite the loop.
Oh, there we go. Oh! Hello. I can't fly. I don't like this. My movement speed is dramatically reduced, and I'm being hit from all angles. I can't. Okay. The second battle of the thing didn't go too much better. I almost brought the thing down to half of its health, but the battle is bane. Having my flight taken away really sucked, and in hindsight, I really should have adjusted my build accordingly, like just switched out my wings to something, well, that would have been helpful. I also don't remember if I tried using my flying mount. That might have been a smart idea if mounts actually work in the subworlds, and I don't know if they do though. Most of the moves from the boss were well telegraphed, but I don't know how several of them work. It's a neat idea. It just sucks having my movement stripped away from me this late in the game. Couldn't be the thing, but now it's been 2 in-game days and no final boss has spawned, which doesn't seem right based on what I and chat know. I read my disc and wasn't given anything, so I waited around, sleeping for like 10 minutes, and yes, I checked the disc and the boss wouldn't show up. And again, yes, this is a boss you have to literally wait for. You can't just summon it. Well, I think you're given the summon after 2 days, something like that. And according to what I know, it's 2 in-game days, and I've waited for more than that. Perhaps the timer is not sped up by sleeping, but frankly, I don't have anything else to do in preparation for this boss, and it sucks that I can't just summon it when I'm ready. I genuinely don't know if something is wrong with the mod either, because I'm sure I've waited long enough. Tired of waiting and not certain if the mod was broken, I forced the boss to spawn with cheat sheet and got to work.
Be careful.
This battle shall be our last.
Oh. Well, that was cool.
I really love the design and theming of this boss. The moves are tough to dodge, but well telegraphed and fun. All except for this one attack that took half my health every single time. There's so much on the screen that I got no idea how you're supposed to dodge everything. The battle took a while, but I was able to easily handle it. Easy final post-Moonlord boss, and oh wait, that's not it, is it?
What?
Now to take your mega.
No! 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 Oh, psychedelic. Oh, okay. You can hang out over there.
From beyond for victory.
I don't know what you're doing, but oh, I'm frozen.
Victory! And not a moment too soon.
Wait, what? Huh? Did he just leave? Was I too far away? But I'm literally put in a box!
All right, well, I now feel cheated twice by this boss, and after waiting so long just for the boss to not spawn and then having the long battle end because the boss fled from a battle frustrated me greatly. So I went into God mode and brought him back to second phase, because if you force me into a box to fight a boss, I think it's fair to assume I can't flee from it. So having fled felt bad. All right, so second phase, it's pretty cool. Mostly just a revamp version of the first form. Some more projectiles, new moves. Wasn't the hardest thing to read and dodge. Definitely my new favorite boss of the mod, outside of the fact that the battle takes a very long time. It's also sad this one is in a box like every other boss. Every boss has these bosses except for, what, maybe one? Kind of makes them all blend together in the end. It's just a different boss sprite with some different moves. Neat idea adding the boxes, but I wish it wasn't the same every time. When the boss fell, I was quite happy to have beaten the mod, but as it would turn out, there's actually another boss that suddenly appeared on the checklist, and well, I was ready to be done, and so I just checked out the boss with God mode enabled to see what it was all about. It took 5 minutes with a non-stop last prism at full blast to kill the thing. So, there's gotta be some better weapons I can use, right? No way the battle is supposed to take that long, right? I mean, my damage output was already far more than it should have been, and it took that long while also not needing to dodge at all? But that was the Stars Above mod. It was interesting. Not really my kind of thing, and if you're like me and don't want to read incredibly long tooltips or struggle with